I see you. I see you. It was in 1994 when I came to Nelson Middle School, um, coming from Eastern Washington, go Cougs, and was square, and my dad was a pastor and all these things. And I remember not fitting in, being made fun of and bullied for those things. And her and actually Makila, but we'll talk about Kimberly, they found me and they saw me. And she was like, I'm like you. I have all the same restrictions. I can't do anything like, we both got to be at church all the time and we got to be on honor roll and we got to, I was like, yes, I feel seen. This is amazing. But no, she saw me. And fast forwarding, gosh, 20 or more years, I know her differently than many of you that talk about all the things she's done. But God opened a door for me to see her. In 2012, I dragged her and a few of my other friends. I said, look, I'm a director of this pageant, and you're going to do a pageant. And she was like, what? I'm not doing no pageant. I'm in community. I'm educated. I'm all these things. I said, that's exactly why I need you. It's going to give you a platform to share about the things that you care about. So she trusted me, a girl, a woman who knew me inside and out, a woman who's seen the lows, the highs, the quirkiness, the bad decisions, and she trusted me and took that leap into the pageant world that you guys all know her for today. But through that, God gave me opportunity to look into her and give her a safe space to be human, to be vulnerable. She carried a heavy weight of her calling, of her passion for people, of her love for her family. And in those spaces together, she was vulnerable with me. And she didn't know how she could share, how she could shine. She didn't see herself as the queen that all of you guys saw her as. And God allowed me to use that. We thought it was about how she was going to look and everything else, but I would say 85% of our sessions together were about her and seeing and building who she was so that she could carry out the call that God placed on her life to inspire all of you. I remember when Kurz Beautifully Empowered, she was trying to figure it out. It was like a tongue twister and trying to get her to say it. And she's like, I don't know. I'm like, yeah, let's just do it. And just building all these different platforms. And while she was giving confidence and inspiring all of you, she was in a safe space where she was vulnerable with me and she didn't feel like she could do it all the time. But in that, God let me see her so that she could see all of you. She shared with me the times where she didn't feel beautiful enough, or can I do this? And what do you mean a plus size pageant? What does that even mean? What is this? What's going on here? But in spite of all of that, she developed into the woman that she inspired me to be back in 1994. And God allowed me to pour that back into her. So know that this woman that you guys are all inspired by was so humble and wanted to do the work and wanted to learn how to be the queen so that she could be a queen for you. Kimberly saw people. And if you take anything away from her life, is it's easy to get caught up in the accolades. It's easy to get caught up in the titles and the crowns and everything, but she always would go into the person and see them. So if you take anything away from my dear friend from 1994 to 2024, start seeing each other. Start pulling out the best in each other. Start pulling out the queen out of someone that you might think is a peasant and you have no idea who God has called them to be. 12 years ago, you would have told her she was going to have an internationally recognized, Kurz Beautifully Empowered organization. She would have laughed. She laughed at me when I told her to do a pageant, okay? So you have no idea what a person can become when you just see them and you provide them a safe space to be vulnerable, to be scared, to not have to be the program manager and not have to be the CEO, not have to be the person who's always there to lean on. You be a person that they can lean on. You be a person that sees someone. That is the legacy of Kimberly that I will continue and it will grow in me. So you find somebody in your life, in your community that you think might have it all together. They need a safe space. They need to be seen. And as Kimberly saw me, as a 14-year-old, awkward, square, she also saw me as a 30-something-year-old aspiring CEO myself, but she's also seen all of you. So I ask you all to honor her legacy by seeing each other. Thank you.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much for those kind words.